Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad that each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. All right, let's get into this. So, I was guided to look at the split. We'll see what's going on here. But we've got the angel of love. That is unconditional love. And then we've got the thinking man. So, this is a masculine energy thinking a lot up in their head, overthinking maybe, logically oriented, intellectual, etc. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I was guided to look at the split again. We've got the thinking man over here, and then we've got all tied up. Now, the all tied up card, what that's telling me in this with these two. Okay, that was interesting. What this is originally telling me is this is masculine energy who's really tied up in their head. Then, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but what happened was this card literally just fell. And then what's under that is we've got man holding a heart. So this is a masculine energy in their heart. So what I'm getting here is we've got a head versus heart battle. And that's what's keeping this masculine all tied up. So this could be you, this could be somebody around you in your energy. And then under that, we've got the action card, and then we've got Angel of Love again. So this is unconditional love. This could have to do with a masculine taking action towards what is in their heart space. Definitely could be another person, could be something different too. Obviously romantic love, but this could be something, a passion, a dream, childhood dream, or even a new one. Like, oh, I would really, really like to do that thing, or have this career or whatever. And then it's like a heart led kind of thing. Um, and then there's a new beginning here. All right, let's see. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your support on the channel. The like, shares, comments, subscribes, and of course the donations all do help out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're interested in a personal reading from me, you can find that information in the description box below. All right, back to it. We've got the patience card. This is divine timing. This is also a sense of urgency. So there could be, I'm hearing a divine urgency. So this happens when we are close to aligning with something that is going to be life changing. It's the thing that our higher self or our soul is calling us to do. It's in alignment, and then the divine comes through with like a little bit of extra pressure. And sometimes what this can feel like is like I'm running out of time. And sometimes it depends, because sometimes that's a fear thing, right? It's societal programming, like you have to have these certain things done by this certain age, or you're behind, or whatever. It's like these societal pressures. And so there's a fear energy that can come through in the sense of urgency when it comes to time. Then there's a divine urgency, and this is like a call. This is like a calling, a pulling energy. So it's a little different. It's not as much, the mind can kind of like interpret it in different ways, but it's this call, it's this pull. And you can literally feel it in your energy, just like I'm being called to do this, I'm being pulled to do this. And then it creates kind of this sense of urgency, because the divine's literally like, come on, let's do this thing. It's for you. You want it. You can go get it. You can have it. Um, yeah, we got divine timing, some urgency. I'm getting that. Well, yeah, like when you align well, and just in general, there is divine timing at play. So sometimes you'll feel this call, or you'll have this desire, or you'll want to do this thing, but you'll run into roadblocks every time you attempt to do that. And that's kind of divine timing at work. It's like, yet, not yet, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then all of a sudden it'll be like, now, now's the time, go do that thing. And I'm getting that this is an energy of like, okay, now's the time, go do that thing. Definitely could have to do with the romantic connection with door to romance on the bottom of the deck. Um, yeah. And then man holding a coin under that, that's masculine, focused on finances. So that could be a factor. Definitely could be a factor. Higher power, yeah. The divine is orchestrating this. This is okay. This is, I'm hearing it's a divine love. This is a divine connection. Okay, so this is a love reading. All right. I was wondering. In the reverse, though. Hold on. I'm going to read that. Okay. So we've got broken heart in the reverse. The broken heart reversed marks a time of renewal and hope. The pain and trauma are behind you now, and you can trust that greater joy is on the way. Whatever has happened to hurt you in the past, you're now free to move on. The universe blah, 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 blah. Mm. The universe has so much better things in store for you, so finish letting go of any residual grief and open your life to your new self-loving intention. Joyous connections will follow. There is also the self-love aspect with the Angel of Love card. Hold on, I was getting it's not really a ringing. It's kind of hard to explain, but there's huh, what was the message? Might come through in a minute. Um, okay. What was might have just been extra confirmation. Sometimes, yeah, clairaudience can be weird. In clairaudience, if you're unfamiliar with that term, it's the ability to hear beyond the physical realm, basically. Guides, the divine, can be passed on loved ones. That's always fun. Um, if you get a lot of music synchronicities, if you hear messages in music, that's a form of clairaudience. Or like if you're walking around out in public somewhere and then you overhear somebody say something and you're like, oh shit, that was just what I was thinking. That's clairaudience at work. There's action. And fourth chakra. Yes. So it is time. Okay. Yeah, it is time to take action on what your heart is calling you towards. Definitely could have to do with a romantic connection. That we've got like all the heart cards out. We saw the Angel of Love twice, and then we've got the heart chakra sits, the energy center sits in the middle of the chest. The color is green, and it governs love. It's also it's more than just romantic love though. So yeah, if you're really kind of interested in that, definitely do some research on, the heart chakra, what it governs, so on and so forth. It's blocked by grief. And what's interesting is we've got this broken heart in the reverse position. So you've processed through a good bit of stuff when it comes to grief and brokenhearted energy. And so now it's like, okay, you've released that. Follow your heart. Journey. You are now walking. Hold on. Cards are doing tricks over here. Okay, you're now walking this journey that's being divinely led. And it is a journey where your heart is going to lead the way. Um, and also your intuition. Okay. Happy, happy. There's the thinking man again. Mending. Okay. For some of you, this could have to do with mending a connection from the past, like a reconciliation. For others of you, it's because there was a mending in the heart space that's now shifting you into this energy where you're now open, opening to things like more joy and happiness and things like that. And then, yeah, the thinking man. So, yeah, I'm getting that logic over like head versus heart pulling. Hmm, getting into the tarot. I'd be getting into the tarot. Let's see. Goodness, bro. Treasure Island. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so I'm looking at the imagery here. In the imagery, it's a sea turtle, and on the back of the sea turtle is like this treasure chest, and it's open. And what's coming out of the treasure chest is hearts and then um starfish. And then there's like some coins that are falling out of the treasure chest onto the sea turtle's back. And the message of this is like you're headed towards your treasure island. You're headed towards, the life of your dreams. And it's one of those things, it's like it might not happen all at once, but this is really the energy of you going towards that life. So you're now making decisions that are in alignment with the things that you desire to experience. And because you're doing that, you're on your way. And this is being led by the divine. Um, and poised. You're perfectly positioned for this. So you're already on the way, is what I'm hearing. Like you're already on the way to experiencing things that you desire to experience that are going to make your heart soar, is what I just heard. Like, or your heart sing. Definitely could be. I could be talking to a musician. Maybe music is very important in your life because that's come up a couple times. Um, it's just gonna be a little extra synchronicity for somebody. But you're perfectly poised for this. So it's like you've done what you were asked to do. You've released certain things. You've done some inner healing. You've actively done things and allowed for the divine guidance to come in and things like that. And so now you're like perfectly positioned and you're on your way. I just heard to your heart's desire. Ooh. Cornucopia, that's literally a manifestation card. That's literally my dream reality card. 1111, Temple Path. Yep, that's how you're going to get there, is by following the guidance, following your intuition, listening to your heart, and allowing yourself to bravely do what you're being asked to do. This is a journey where you're going to come to certain points on this journey and you're going to be pushed into expansion. When you're pushed into expansion, it's really uncomfortable. It's a little bit scary. You have to embrace the unknown. And, it can be a little intense. That being said, this is the guarantee on this path. When you walk the temple path and you're in alignment with the divine and you're listening to the guidance and you're doing what you're being asked to do, and you are allowing yourself to step into the version of yourself that can live the life of your dreams, it's inevitable at some point. You will fuck around and find yourself on your dream timeline. That's how it works. Um, Now, that with that being said, this is going to be things that like your heart is pulling you to. So it's not going to be as much ego based. It's not going to be like, well, I want to do this thing because it's going to give me accolades and I'm going to look really good and people are going to, be whatever, and it's like how it's going to affect other people from that ego way. This is more of like I'm going to align with things where I'm, you know, tapped into soul mission, soul purpose, giving back in some way. Uh, it's answering a higher calling oftentimes. And when we're doing that, it will push us into these expansion points that get a little uncomfortable. But what's guaranteed is you will find yourself at some point living in a physical reality that you once only thought was like a dream or an idealization or something like that. And then we've got soulmates. So this could definitely, for some of you, what you're manifesting is a soulmate, like a romantic soulmate connection, especially because we've got the Jordan Romance card out here. So this could absolutely be part of what you're manifesting. For some of you, this is the main thing that you are focused on right now. For others of you, this is just a part of this new version of reality that you're calling in for yourself. And you're aligning with it. Like I can tell in your energy, you're doing things that are perfectly positioning you to follow your heart and experience these manifestations. And if you're calling in a divine love, that's absolutely here. It's in your energy. Oh, through these. Okay. Okay. I am so proud of you. I just got to say that. This is in the reverse position. This is the deceit card. This has come up in the upright for so long for this collective, and it just came out in the reverse. Oh my goodness. Normally it's talking about internal deception, feeling like it's too good to be true. So let's read it. Okay, so negative and dishonest energy is on its way out of your life. Take advantage of a new, peaceful, and open environment, one where you will be able to forge more success and greater comfort. This is telling you on a deeper level that the period of self deceit is over. You're now ready to see the abiding truth of your own value, power, and deserving. It may take continued effort, but your honesty with yourself regarding these truths will bring even greater value into your life. Oh my gosh, for some of you, you cleared some sort of worthiness wound. You amped up your self-confidence a little bit. You tapped into this energy of like, wait a minute, I am worthy of what I'm desiring because I wouldn't be desiring it if I couldn't have it. So obviously I'm worthy of it because it won't leave me alone. Like this desire won't leave me alone. And if it's not leaving me alone, no matter what I do, then obviously it's meant for me because there's no other fucking explanation. Beautiful. Just take a minute and pat yourself on the back. Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. Oh, good job. Good job. And that's part of the reason you're perfectly poised for this now. It's like, all right, you're ready. You got this. You're worthy of this. You can do this. You can do it. Okay, we've got Man Holding a Heart that came back out. We've got Chop Wood and Time to Go. Okay. So Man Holding a Heart. Again, this is a masculine energy in their heart space. This is a masculine energy who's aware of what is in their heart space at this point. And you're feeling that call. You're feeling that pull. Um, you could be trying to bury yourself in work a little bit to avoid taking action or just like mundane tasks, housework, that kind of thing. This could be your, actual like career job stuff where you're trying to just like focus on that and bury yourself in that to avoid going now, like making this decision now, taking this action now. Um, Again, for a lot of you, I do feel like this does have to do with another person, reconciliation, something like that. That is absolutely in this energy. Um, I mean, okay, I'm gonna say it could have to do with something else, soul purpose or this or that or the other, but I wasn't getting any other threads of energy. So this could definitely be about aligning with a person that is a part of your dream timeline, and then these other manifestations make their way in. Flip through here. Maybe we'll do tarot, maybe not. We'll see. This is beautiful though. The deceit card and the broken heart card in the reverse position is really, that's progress. That's really big progress. So give yourself a pat on the back for that. Strategy. Was that actually in the reverse? And hostilities. Oh, it's got really hot. Oh, no, there. Flip it. All right. Okay, I didn't think so. Okay, so we've got the strategy card. This is like coming up with a plan. So you could be figuring out like what your next move is, how you're going to do something, what the best approach is. It flipped in reverse. And so, what I'm kind of getting from that, the message here might be to really not allow yourself to get super stuck on the strategy aspect. If if you're feeling it and you're like, I'm gonna do it, just allow yourself to do it. You can always refine later, but it's that energy of like just start, and this is more for like if you're starting a business or just other stuff in life, like just start. You can perfect it later. Confidence comes from putting in your reps. Like, you're gonna be a beginner at certain things until you get your confidence up, until you put in your reps, basically. And so it's kind of that energy of like, if you're feeling to it and you're just like, okay, I feel like I should just do it. Allow yourself to just do it. Don't get stuck in this strategy, in the making a plan. If you're like, okay, I feel like this is a decent plan. I'm getting kind of the energy, like I'm feeling like this is a good plan. Allow yourself to just go for it. Okay. Oh, give me just a second. So I was getting a very interesting kind of energy, so I paused it to kind of tap in and like verify what was coming through these cards. Okay. What I'm getting is this. I, I feel like I'm reading for a masculine, so I'm just going to speak as though I'm reading for a masculine, take it as it resonates. We all have a balance of masculine, feminine energies within us, and then we tend to resonate towards one polarity more so than the other. Okay. So this is a feminine energy who's highly intellectual, very logical. It's funny when I said very logical, that actually didn't feel quite right. So you could actually be approaching a very intelligent divine feminine energy, because I'm getting that they're very tapped in. Maybe they've got like their psychic abilities, turned on. They're, accessing otherworldly information, that kind of thing. It's interesting though, because super intelligent people, especially feminines, repel a lot of people. It is what it is. There's a lot of feminines who, kind of play dumb so that they don't repel people all the time. Um, and Okay. For whatever reason, I'm being guided to share. Like, I actually used to do that. And it wasn't super, super conscious, but I remember some of my family members when I was like a teenager would be like, quit playing dumb. And I'm like, well, I'm not. And they're like, but you are. And, it just kind of happens. It can happen. Just, with life. Like, when you repel a bunch of people because you tap into that side of you and then you see the effects, it can subconsciously be like, oh, don't show that all the time. So maybe okay, because I don't know why I was being guided to share that. So maybe this is a situation where, because I'm getting kind of a reconciliation energy for some of you. So maybe this is somebody in the past you weren't quite aware of their level of intelligence, and now you're like, oh shit. And you've seen that side of them and know like this person is incredibly intelligent. And it's interesting because I'm not getting the energy that you are intimidated by their intelligence. I'm getting this energy like it's drawing you in, but then it's also making you kind of stop, like, fuck, I don't really know how to approach somebody like that. Um, so maybe that's what's going on, because we've got the hostilities card, the all tied up card, and then peace in the reverse position. So what's coming through is like there's a feminine energy here who's extremely intelligent, and then there's internal hostilities on your end. And I feel like this is the person that you are wanting to take action towards and approach. And that's like who's on the other side of this door to romance for you. And it's on top of the man holding a heart. So this could definitely be the person that you're being called to. Like your heart is calling you to this person. It is a soulmate, because I saw that one. But then it's creating internal hostilities. And then that's tying you up in preventing you from taking action, because you're like, I don't know how to approach this person, but you're not intimidated by that energy, which I think is absolutely beautiful. um so it's like you're not intimidated. It's almost this energy of like it's drawing you in, and like I'm feeling on your end, it's like you would love to just sit there and just talk to this person for hours and just like get lost in their mind. um which is a beautiful thing. Like intellectual compatibility, I think is a little underrated. It's actually very, very awesome to have intellectual compatibility, especially in like a romantic connection. Because if not, there's a lot of holding back on one person's end, whoever's a little more, intellectual, we'll say. So it's beautiful, it really is, but it's just interesting, so it's not like you're being repelled by it, it's drawing you in, but then there's a part of you that's like, "Whoa," like, how do I approach somebody who's I just heard who has it all. Yeah, so this could be your dream person. Which makes sense because 'cause we've got, like, dream timeline out here. Dream timeline. I think I said timeline. It's a timeline from this point moving forward. It's like my list of to do. That's what I call my to-do list now. Any fucking ways. Okay. Dude, been getting distracted even in a channeled state. It's really interesting. It's happened past couple days. Okay. Back on track. The peace card in the reverse position is really letting me know that you are struggling to find peace right now. And that makes sense because you're being called to take this action. And so when you're being called to align with something, to take this action, that internal state of peace, it's harder to find because you're being pushed, like you're being divinely pushed. And so finding that just like internal state of peace when the divine is fucking pushing you, it is hard. It is hard to be like, yeah, I'm just in a state of peace and ease. And then the divine's like, do the thing, do the thing, do the thing. So yeah, just understand though because of your energy now, it's like you're I feel like you want to feel this peaceful energy. This is something you're desiring. And you're being called I do feel like you're being called to this person. So we're gonna start kind of looking at it through that lens fully. And if anything else comes through, it'll come through. Um, the message here is like because we've got the thinking man and the thinking woman, that is a compatibility aspect. And so it's one of these things like again, do your best not to overly strategize it. It doesn't have to be perfect and polished and you don't need to go get the dictionary out. That's old school. You don't need to Google dictionary words, I guess, nowadays. You don't need to be like just don't just be yourself, like be your authentic self because that intellectual compatibility is there with you and this person. So do your best not to over stress about that aspect because especially in this case like you've got such a deep connection with this person that there's so much more going on than just that intellectual aspect. But it is there and that is beautiful, especially if you're looking for like long-term commitment. That is a really good aspect to have in alignment. Because it can be a factor. It's a compatibility factor. And if there's not intellectual compatibility long term, it makes it really fucking hard to maintain a relationship. It just is what it is what it is. Um, Not that I'm speaking from experience or anything. Anyways, um, apparently I'm getting a little feisty. Go ahead and check my own shit. It happens. It comes out every now and again. Um, we're concerned about reaching out because of the level of intelligence, but it's not intimidating. Which again, I just have to say is so beautiful. It's just so, so beautiful. It's like a breath of fresh air. Door to value, okay. Um, Co-create, yes. So there is something here where one, you're co-creating with the divine at this point. So that's part of the reason you're being called and led in the way that you are, is because you're literally co-creating your life with the divine consciously at this point. There is also this beautiful potential for you to co-create with this person as well. Um, and then there's door to value here. So if you've been focused on finances or concerned or like up leveling your finances, something like that, it's here for you. For some of you, it's interesting. I'm getting this vision of like, then I got hair flying all over. Okay. I'm getting this visual like these two doors. We've got door to romance, door to value. For some of you, it's the same doorway. And it encompasses both of these things. And that could be part of kind of the stress or we talked, I think it was yesterday in yesterday's reading, about sometimes when you feel the bigness of what you're being called towards, it can be a little stressful. Like it just, yeah, it can be a little stressful because you can feel the bigness of it. And so if you're getting ready to walk through this door and it's encompassing divine love and like financial freedom, things like that, um, that's a big door, you know? That's a meaty door to walk. It's a fucking weird way to put it, Spirit. Um, it's just there's a lot of pressure around that. But the thing is you wouldn't be given access to this door right now. You wouldn't be given the green light to walk through this door right now if Spirit wasn't like, you're ready. You're ready to walk through this door. You wouldn't be given clearance and access to this door because this is a door you can only access when you're in a certain vibration. So the fact that you have access to this right now says all that it needs to. You are being given clearance and the green light from the divine. Walk through the door with love. Anyways, that would be my recommendation. You have free will. Do as you will. It's just one of these things, like I can feel it in the energy. Like this is literally like you're walking through the doorway that's aligned with the path of your dreams. So yeah, it is a big deal. Uh, so surprise, surprise, had to blow my nose. Um, when that happens in a reading, it's communication energy that is attempting to flow, or you're being called to do something with your communication energy. Create with it, speak your truth, so on and so forth. In this situation, I do feel like it's allowing yourself to reconcile. When I was on pause, basically I got kind of another like insight about this. So, about the thinking man, thinking woman, the intelligence aspect here, which is interesting. So, what what I got was like this masculine, probably you, who I'm reading for, you may actually feel like you are not intellectually compatible with this person because you're viewing this person. So, some way you have a way to view them and you have an understanding of their intellectual aspect. So however, maybe you have a way to see them, maybe you actually, see them on a regular basis, maybe you talk to them on a regular basis, but they don't know that you have these romantic feelings. Maybe you have a way to see them. Maybe they're doing a podcast or something, or maybe they write books or whatever. It's going to be different for all of you, but somehow you have a way of knowing that this person is very intelligent, like yeah, it's intelligence. It really is. And the thing is it's this energy where it's like the masculine doesn't feel like they are as intelligent as the feminine. The thing is intellectual compatibility doesn't mean equality of intelligence. Huh, an interesting way to put it. Okay. So to break that down, basically here's the thing. Intellectual compatibility, it doesn't matter with who knows what and who's, you know, has a higher IQ. What it means is their level of intelligence doesn't scare you. It doesn't intimidate you. It draws you in. You are intellectually attracted to this person. You want to have conversations with them. And the thing is, and this is just something from a little bit of experience, having that aspect is enough. Because here's the thing. It's interesting. So I feel like, okay, I'm feeling like I could probably relate to your feminine. I'll just put it that way. There's a lot of traits where I'm like, oh, hey, I fucking get that. The thing is this, when you're talking about somebody who just kind of knows a lot, for me, it's like I just love learning. And so I'm always learning. I'm always researching. Like I'm the type like an HVAC person comes over and I'm like, what about this? What about that? How does this work? How does that work? Like I'm just naturally curious. And when you're naturally curious and you're always learning, you bank a lot of fucking knowledge. And then what happens is that pisses off a whole lot of people, actually. It really does. Because then it's like, oh, you're just a know-it-all. No, dude, I'm just learning all the time. Like I'm not acting like a know-it-all, but I have all this knowledge and I want to share it with people. I'm not a know-it-all. It's just, but then it shuts it down. And so what I'm getting is this is an energy where it's like you're not going to shut your person down. You would actually be like, what do you know about this? What do you know about that? And you are more intelligent than what you are giving yourself credit for, because I can feel that in the energy. So you know things as well. You have an intelligence as well. Maybe it looks a little different. Maybe it's on different subjects, but you have that as well. And this is a person where you and this person can intellectually stimulate each other and get lost in these conversations and wonder and what about this? And let's think about that. And that right there is something that, especially if this is a woman, because it's not a gender thing, but especially if this is a woman in today's society, it's from experience. It can be difficult walking around with a lot of, intellectual knowledge because a lot of people do reject it. They get, it triggers their ego. Like, oh, well, you just know all about everything then. Like, no, I just fucking like learning. So whatever. But now I'm not, like, and then it shuts it down. And so just know that. So if you're looking at it and you're like, oh, well, this person is more intelligent than I am, and you're worried about that, don't be, because it's not about who knows more. It's not about who has more facts and figures floating around their brain. It's about that intellectual compatibility. It's about stimulating each other intellectually. Mhm. Um, as well. Um, but it's that like, okay, let's get lost in all of these wonders and, you know, stuff like that. So just know that. Okay. Anyways, whole little tangent there. Um, okay, not in reverse. Okay. We've got walking away. Oh, okay. For some of you, you walked away from this person in the past, and that's that reconciliation energy. If that is the case, you have a leg up to reconcile now. Just know that. And I'm getting like you have a leg up energetically with the connection between you and this person. There's an energy here where it's like you just have a leg up. Like I don't really know how else to put it. Um when it comes to this person, and I almost said your person. So this could be, yeah, especially since this is divine love. So this could be like your perfect match. And your perfect match is going to trigger those confidence wounds. Just know that. And that happens on both ends, by the way. Um So remember that. But because of this deceit card in the reverse, I feel like you're not as worried anymore, which is beautiful. Maybe there is that little bit of intellectual worry of like, oh, well, whatever. But I feel like hopefully when I kind of went on my little ramble, that helped for you to see it from a different perspective so you can understand that it's not about the same IQ or knowing, a lot of different things or whatever it is that you're concerned about. It's intellectual compatibility. It's the desire to have that intellectually stimulating conversation and energy. Yeah. And then walking away, the other thing here, because it kind of landed on hostilities. For some of you, I feel like you've been walking away from things that wouldn't allow you to go towards this person. So it's like you've already been doing that. And that's divinely led. Like you've been divinely led to walk away from different things, change certain habits, whatever it is. And this person has been being guided to do the same thing on their end. So this is definitely a divinely led situation, especially with the higher power card out here. So the divine's been working on both of you so that you can align. And now it's like you're aligned. and you can take action towards them. There's just still a little bit of hesitancy that I'm getting, but it's not as much as I've been feeling. So that's a really good thing. And we've got this deep knowing. And so maybe you're starting to really tap into that knowing energy and just like, wait a minute. If I think about this well, more like not think about it and pull in to your energy system and feel that intuition coming online, and then you're like, yeah, I have a knowing that this is my person. It just makes too much sense. And then there's also this part of it, like, I've been being drawn to this person in an illogical way. So, there's a lot going on here where it's like you just know that this is your person. You know that you're being called towards them. Right. So we're had to pause it for a minute. This summer break. So, we're doing all the things. Anyways, okay. Caring connections. I'm being told to read that. Interesting. Okay, so and then we've got Angel of Balance. And so there's an energy here of bringing balance to a caring connection. So that could be that reconciliation energy. There's also this energy here to where you and this person are really balanced for each other. Um, okay, I'm being guided to read it. Interesting. Okay. Friendship, partnership of two, possible love. So yeah, it shows a couple on the card, like a romantic connection. Um, this is usually between two people only. It signals the beginning or deepening of a kindred spirit friendship or the appearance of new love. It can also signify a formal business partnership. Interesting. I just heard for some of you, this person is going to be all three of those things for you. So like your best friend, your lover, and a business partner. So that's like true life partner energy. Which yeah, because there's this compatibility here between you and this person that is really just it's evenly yoked. Like it's matched. Like you and this person are a perfect match for each other. When this card appears, be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. The relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present at this time. Notice the opportunities to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender connection at hand. Okay, so yeah, it's also really talking about like that soul connection with another person. So this could be deepening of bonds that you already have. And I'm really getting that this is about this person that you're being drawn to right now. And I feel like the main reason why I was called to read it is because of that life partner energy. And so that could be part of where it's a little stressful too, because you've got this deep knowing about this person, you're being called to this person, but then you also have the awareness like this could be my person for like the rest of this life. And so it's not one of those situations where like you see somebody, they're attractive and you're just like, "Hey, what's up?" And then, it doesn't really matter that much if they, accept or reject your offer. This is a situation where it's like this person I can see it all with. I can see it all literally. I'm having daydreams about them, visions about them, maybe actual dreams about them. You're seeing signs and synchronicities. Like you're being drawn to this person by the divine. And so there's a little more writing on this than just like, hey, what's up? You want to like hook up one day? It's not that. It's, holy shit, I'm divinely being guided to you. I can see a future with you, and it's a little scary. Um, it's a little scary to have some insight like that, and then, to talk to that person, and you don't really know if they're on the same page or not. So, just be easy with yourself and also know that if you are seeing all of these potentials with this person and you're seeing the signs, synchronicities, you're getting the divine insight, you're getting the green light to go towards them now, it's because the potential for that is there. You wouldn't be being given all of this insight. You wouldn't be fantasizing about these kinds of things and then simultaneously seeing the signs and the synchronicities and dreaming about them and not being able to run away from thoughts of them if there wasn't something here that is a serious potential between you and this person. So just remember, um, yeah, okay. New beginning. All right, we got the sun card. There is also that joyful, positive energy that's coming through. And then it's new beginning. Like this is a new beginning being brought to you by the divine with this person. And you have a soul contract with them. So that's part of why you're being drawn to them too, is like there's a soul contract here. So there is a huge potential for you and this person to like lock it down, to anchor this into the physical world and, be each other's life partner or roller coaster buddy. I like that term too. Going through the ups and downs and lefts and rights and corkscrews with one person. She'll ride or die. And there's that unconditional love energy. And so, yeah, because I'm getting that this person. For some of you, you had a romantic situation with them. Yep. Insert longing energy. Um, and you're being drawn back to them. And this is a situation like, okay, let's say that this is a person you can never really shake. You thought about them here and there. Wondered what they were doing or whatever. You just thought about them. And then now it's one of those like at this point, now the divine is leading you to this person. And so it's one of these things, pay attention to that as well. Because if it's one of those like, well, I've thought about this person randomly for however long, so maybe it's just me thinking about them or ruminating or, limerence or idealization or whatever it is, because there's other ways to potentially try and explain what's happening. The thing is, if you're getting the signs, you're getting synchronicities, you're dreaming of this person, you're focusing on something else and then you think about them, or especially if things like this are happening where all of a sudden you're sitting there and you're having a conversation with somebody and you feel this pull. It's a really weird thing that can happen. It's like sometimes you'll get like a ringing in your ear and then you'll think about them, or you'll feel like it's like a heart sensation. It's kind of fluttery, kind of not like it's really hard to explain, but it's just like all of a sudden your heart just does this thing and then you're thinking about him and you're just feeling this like energy in your heart space. If you're experiencing stuff like that, that's that soul pull. And there's a reason this has been activated now. So it's one of these things like if you've thought about this person randomly for a while and then now all of a sudden you're getting all of these other things happening with it, it's because you're being divinely led to them now. And you are being divinely led to them now because there is a potential here for you and this person um to really come together and do something. For some of you, it does have to do I've really been guided to say it. Okay, for some of you, interesting. There's take this if it resonates. If you don't want kids, whatever, this part's not for you. If there's a part of you that's like, I would absolutely have kids with that person, and that's something that you're, desiring. For some of you, you're being called to this person now because you literally have like a spirit baby waiting to come onto the planet with you too. So it's a soul frequency thing. There's a whole lot behind it, but ultimately what it is there's soul contracts and stuff, and then it's one of these like from the higher perspectives, it's like, okay, these two are most likely going to make the free will choice at some point to come back together and lock in a serious committed relationship. And then there's like other souls that are like, "Ooh, yeah, I want to be like, I want them to be my parents." So, and you can, yeah, take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Anyways, so there could be spirit babies waiting to be born by you and your person. That could be part of the reason that urgency is here too, is like, all right, you got to lock this in. You got to, do a couple other things before you're ready to have kids with each other. So get going now so that you can get this started, and then you can, bring in bring in a baby or two or 10, whatever. Anyways, okay, adjacent possibilities and sacral chakra. Okay, so oh, interesting. Okay, the sacral chakra sits in between. That's sacral, right? Yep. Okay, second. Sits between the base of the spine and the solar plexus, the belly button. The color is orange, and it has to do with creativity, sensuality, and pleasure. So you probably are feeling. sensually attracted to your person. There is also something here with the adjacent possibilities. You and this person are going to help unlock each other's creativity. That sounded really weird. I like did a weird thing with my mouth when I said unlock. Okay. It's like you two are going to unlock each other's creativity in a deeper way. And it has to do with that sacral energy. And it could be by being intimate with each other. It opens you up for floods of divine energy to come in, and then sensual energy is also creative energy. So there could definitely be something here where it's like, yes, you're being called to create with this person. And so yeah, some of you it's literally creating children together. Um for others of you, maybe it's still having children, but there's also this other aspect of like creating something different. It could be a business, could be a creative pursuit, could be a passion project you work on together, something like that. So there is this energy of there's so much more here that you and this person can do when you're in a physical union with each other, when you're in physical communication, and then later on down the line when you lock this in this like romantic sense, and then you're swapping sacral energy, which is sensual energy. There's things that happen to our energy system when you are swapping energy with somebody else who is also awake and aware and conscious. Um, yeah. And then envy. That's really it's longing energy is what I'm getting off of this card. So you could definitely be longing for this person, just like I miss this person. I want to talk to this person. I want to be with them. I want to be in their presence. I want to be a part of their life. I want them to be a part of my life. That kind of energy. And then there's also not really getting actual envy off of this though. I'm getting longing energy. It's like for some of you, it could be a little bit like you desire to be a part of their life so much that you're envious of people who have access to your person. There could be a little bit of that, but it's not like really toxic. It's more of just like I want to be with them so much that I'm envious of anybody who gets to talk to them on a daily basis. It's that kind of energy, but it's not like toxic where it's like, I like you're angry at other people. It's more of just that you just have this desire, you just want to be with them so much that there is that energy of like, I wish I could just be their friend for right now and pick up the phone and call them. That kind of energy. And the thing is it's like you can have access to this person if you want it. Community. Okay, so weird. Where it landed, for some of you, there could be a concern of how people around you or your person are going to react to you two coming together. Just straight up, don't. This is divine. Like, fuck them. Nah, with all due respect, fuck them. Um, this is a divine love. It fucking transcends the physical plane. Haters gonna hate. People are gonna say what they're gonna say. It's irrelevant. I mean, yes, it can cause challenges and things, but in a connection of this magnitude, that's going to be something you two can work through together, and just work through it together. And people will chill out. They'll or they won't, and that's their shit. Like, don't worry about it. It's whatever. That's my opinion. That's when you're looking at something like this is a divine love. So if people have a problem with it, okay, you know? That's a you thing. Anyways, there's also a potential of needing to walk away from certain people if you were to go towards this person. And then there's also like a leveling up with community that I'm getting off of this. Okay, we've got financial constraints. So that could definitely be a concern as well, is the finances. That came up a little bit earlier. Again, I'm getting this energy of like when you walk through this door, not only are you walking towards romance, towards divine love, you're also walking towards more abundance in many different ways. So just know that. And by knowing that and not allowing your current financial situation to stop you from reaching out and connecting with this person, it's going to release that resistance and activate you to a point where your finances are going to up level is really the energy coming through, and that's come through quite a bit with this energy. So um a change in the wind and message in a bottle. Interesting. Okay, so you could be experiencing telepathic communication with your person. um and then there's also the energy of like maybe there's been a change when it comes to talking to this person, communicating with this person, breaking no contact, etc., etc. Um, yeah, and I'm getting it's one of these things like you've decided you're gonna do it. And I heard a masculine say, I just have to know. So yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Again, I'm getting this energy of like you're not gonna regret it. You're really, really not. What are we gonna do tarot today? I'm gonna just stick with this. Okay. Okay, so I was guided to get the tarot, so I cleaned up the other cards, and we're gonna see. So we're gonna see what's going on with you, what the tarot wants to bring out for you, and then I was guided to like tap in and see what's going on with your feminine a little bit. I don't have clearance to like fully tap into your feminine's energy, but I do have clearance to tap into a little bit of it, um, and just like see what maybe how they're viewing you or yeah. Okay. I was just guided to look at the split. And we've got the Empress, which is divine feminine energy, and then we've got the Three of Wands, which is waiting. So this could definitely indicate that your feminine is in the perfect energy for you to reach out right now. They are waiting. But it's again, it's not like they're just sitting there doing nothing waiting for you. It's one of these like they're open and ready to receive from you. Okay. Again, it's an interesting way to put it, but it's how it keeps coming through. But let's see what's going on with masculine. What's going on for the collective? Ace of Cups. Your cup is overfloweth. This is a new beginning in love. In matters of the heart. And then what I'm getting, because oftentimes on the Ace of Cups, it's this overflowing energy. It's just like outpouring. And so, interesting. What I'm getting is you could be at this point right now where you have so much overflowing emotional energy when it comes to this person. Like, and it's just like that loving energy and just that desire. And so you've got so much of that energy to where it's like, for some of you, I'm getting like you can't bottle it up anymore. You have to let it flow at this point. Um, and it's not saying like you can't, because if you were to really try, you could. But it's one of those like there's this underlying current of like surrendering into it and leaning into it instead of trying to push it away or shove it down or ignore it. It's at the point where it's just like it's so much and it's there and it's just one of those like I feel like you're getting to this point where you're just leaning into it and you're like, okay, I've never felt like this for somebody else. I've never had these signs and synchronicities for another person like this. I've never been this drawn to anybody like this. I've never been this activated or triggered by anybody like this. Core wounds, those kinds of things, self-confidence stuff, all of that. And so it's just one of those like there's so much happening when it comes to this person and your connection with this person. And it's an energetic connection for sure. And so it's this point where it's just like it's bubbling over at this point, and it's one of these like I feel you just kind of leaning into it and getting ready to just surrender to it and like fuck it, dude. I've got to know. Like I need to just I need to know if this person is on board. Um and the aces are also like their divine beginnings. And so this is being divinely led. Remember that. There is a divine reason you are feeling the way you're feeling with this person. It is a soul connection thing. There is soul compatibility. Okay, we've got justice. So that's balancing out a situation. That's bringing balance into an unbalanced situation. And temperance, it's another balance card. Oh, and seven of wands. So this can talk about being grounded and okay, for some of you it's literally like physically balancing out the situation. So this could just be communicating with this person, something like that, but it's bringing balance to the situation in a grounded way. Um there's also the energy of like make sure you're amping up on, spiritual hygiene, things like that, protect your energy, so on and so forth. Um, okay. Oh, and then there's also this energy of letting your guard down because the Seven of Wands can be guarded. And so it's letting your guard down and allowing yourself to tap into that heart-centered, vulnerable state of being and bringing balance to the situation. Okay. And then we've got Temperance and Four of Cups. And so Temperance is another balance card. So it's balancing out a situation, it's balancing masculine and feminine energies. So this can be internal aspects and also balancing a connection where you and this person bring balance to each other. And with the Four of Cups, part of that is going to be relieving that like feeling like you're bored or, life is stagnant. You could feel a little stuck right now. And the thing is here is what's coming through is like you bringing balance to the situation is going to relieve you from that stuck energy. It's going to get things moving. Mhm. Oh my gosh. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. So Nine of Pentacles is self-made financial stability. It's success and it's finances, it's financial stability. And then Ten of Cups, this is happily ever after. This is complete emotional fulfillment with a person. And again, it's that perfectly compatible, perfectly matched kind of energy. So this is about you bringing balance to a situation and allowing yourself to go towards that Ten of Cups energy, allowing yourself to express this desire to this person to see, if they do want it too. Which I mean, I feel like they do, because there's this compatibility, this mutual energy going back. There is a little bit of a mirrored energy as well. But we'll get into it in just a minute and see like what your feminine is desiring. Five of Wands, this is conflict. And what I'm getting is it's resolving a conflict with this other person. And then there's also this aspect of you could still be feeling internally conflicted on do I do it? Do I not? When do I do it? How do I do it? What do I say? How do I do this? So on and so forth. So it could be a lot of that internal conflict as well. Eight of Wands, that's fast communication. This fast communication and communicating to your person that you do desire happily ever after is going to relieve some of that internal conflict. It's just gonna like instantly lift. Ace of Swords, that's communication. King of Cups, that's from the heart space. It's literally speaking your truth about matters of the heart. Um, it's also having clarity on what's going on in the heart space as well. And I feel like you already have had clarity on that. And now it's time to speak about it. Now it's time to speak your truth. Now it's time to really find out for yourself that this person's on board with you. Yeah, you're manifesting this. It's probably bringing you a lot of anxiety. And what's going to help relieve this anxiety, insomnia, that kind of energy is going to be bringing forth this grounded offer. And it doesn't have to be something like major. It's more like the offer of um just like opening up to that potential with this person and actually grounding that in and talking to them and seeing if they're on board and coming up with a plan together on how you're going to go about it if that is, the outcome, which I feel like if you're here at this point, that's most likely going to be the outcome is your person's going to be very receptive to this and does desire this. But again, we'll pull some here in just a minute and see from your feminine's end. A five of swords is self-sabotage. So do your best not to sabotage this, especially because you've been so wounded in the past. You could have a little bit of a self-sabotaging um trait, I guess. And so just be very mindful not to do that. And the thing is there is going to be a major ending here for you. And I'm getting it's an ending of a cycle of experiencing like this heavy wounding within romantic connections. And then there's also an end to the no contact energy between you and this person. If you are talking to this person, it's more of like putting an end to it being just surface level or platonic. It's taking it to that deeper level and seeing if this person does indeed desire you and want to do life with you. And then that's wish fulfillment. So this is what you want. This is wish fulfillment. That's what you're not seeing about it fully because you're still a little worried this person might say no, they might reject you, they might not be on the same page, they might not desire this in the physical realm. What you're not seeing though is by you allowing yourself to go towards this person and put an end to the situation in the way that it's been, it's going to bring you wish fulfillment. Okay. So we are going to see from your feminine. Basically, what I asked was like, how do you view this person and what are you desiring with them? So this is going to be how your feminine, again, it's not a gender thing. It's how your feminine, the person that you're desiring, how they're viewing you or what they're desiring with you. So let's see if we can get a little bit of insight for you on their end. All right. All right. Feminine, what's going on? What does the collective need to know about how the feminine views them? Or, ooh, okay. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Just a second. Okay. So I paused it because a lot of cards came out and I wasn't exactly sure, so I kind of had to like sit in the energy for a minute. Okay. This very interesting. So what I'm getting is first of all, this person is kind of stuck in their head as well. So your person is overthinking some things, a little bit stuck in a mental prison. Um, Two of Swords can be denial. But I'm not really getting a denial energy. It might be a little bit, oh, it's indecision. Okay, your person's at an indecision point because they're unsure. Yeah, okay, it makes sense. Okay. They're at this point where they might be on the brink of doing some things in their life and they're not sure if so intuitively they can feel you. Intuitively, they're getting signs and synchronicities and all the things as well. They are desiring you to come in and make some sort of offer. This isn't a major like romantic offer, nothing like that. The Page of Cups is like communicating about your desires. It's something like that. It's not really like this big grand romantic gesture. It's sharing those deeper feelings, communicating from the heart space. They want to have a heart to heart conversation with you. What they are desiring, we've got the fucking Four of Wands. This is union energy. This is long-term commitment. This is the marriage card. So that is what they are desiring, and they are desiring to have you come in a way where they can drop their guard and open up and be in that vulnerable, nurturing, heart open energy where they can be in their heart space, in their emotions, and communicate their feelings to you as well. The thing is they are at this decision point in their life. They're on the brink of making some choices. These are life choices that are it's going to, you coming in or not is going to affect their choices that they are getting ready to make. So it's like they're kind of on the edge of their seat. They're kind of waiting. They're intuitively being told like not to move yet, not to do this thing yet. It could be literally moving, but it might be something different. But it's something that they're getting ready to do. They're on the precipice of something, but they're not sure what you're going to do with your like human free will as far as like coming in or not. And so they're just kind of like trying to follow the guidance but unsure of what next steps to do. So you've put your feminine in a complete state of ultimate surrender because there are decisions that they're getting ready to make, but it's going to change. Like the decisions they're getting ready to make on a couple areas of life are going to be affected if you come in or if you don't. So they're kind of in this, in a full surrender space, which is good. That's it. That's a good energy to be in. But it is difficult, and they're up in their head about it. They're a little stuck in their head. The other thing here, they this is pretty vulnerable. Um, they are concerned with how you view them. So they could be concerned with maybe their physical appearance. Maybe they don't know if you find them physically attractive. There could also be something here because the Queen of Wands is like spiritual and a little bit different, walks a little different. They're not, if you were to stand this person, like if you stand the Queen of Wands next to a bunch of other people, they're going to stand out in some way. They look a little different, they act a little different, they operate their life a little bit differently, and it's very creative, very passionate, very spiritual, very spunky, but it is different. And so they could be concerned that that is going to be something that is like a turnoff for you or something that's going to kind of repel you a little bit. This could have to do with previous experiences with this person. So your person could have been rejected by other people, loved ones, whatever it is, because they are different. Something like that. So this is an insecurity. This is something that apparently they want you to know about. um so just know that there's it's normal for people to have insecurities, so be mindful of that. When oh, I almost said when you approach them, if you choose to approach them, just be mindful. And maybe it'll come up and then you can reassure them, whatever. Because like I'm feeling your energy and you find this person very attractive, but on their end, they're not sure if you physically find them attractive, which is interesting. But again, some of this stuff, it activates both of you. So there's that. The other thing here, oh, that's pretty intense. Gosh damn it. Whew, okay. I just got a wave of emotion. Hold on. What I heard was you are something this person wished for a long time ago. And so now that they're getting the insight of what's going on between you and so on and so forth, it's like if you were to reach out to them and express that you are desiring them, it's like a wish being granted. And then there's also something here where your person feels like you could actually help them feel more grounded and stable. And this could be it could be have to do with the polarity aspect because it can be hard when you are a divine feminine and then you're having to constantly ground your own energy all the time and contain it. To have somebody else come in and be able to help contain that and ground that energy in and provide like this external sense of security, there's a relief in that, like thinking about that kind of energy. So ultimately your person is like your person's on board. There's just, they've got a little bit of insecurity as well. Interesting. So you've got the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So there could be a sense where your person's very, very intuitive. I can feel their energy. They're very intuitive. They're probably pretty psychic. And so there's a knowing here for your person that you two coming together, you can lock in this, like, because King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, that's a counterpart. And so that's the energy of like knowing that there is this potential between you and them to be like grounded, stable, financially secure, so on and so forth. Okay, what else does the feminine, like, what else is going on with the feminine perspective? Queen, 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 queen. We've got all the queens out here. Um, oh yeah, your feminine wants to talk to you. That's what that's saying. Okay. Yeah, your feminine's desiring conversation with you. I just heard and a whole lot more. Um, yeah, which with Four of Wands out here. Like, yeah, that's union, reunion energy. Um, what else does this feminine want with the collective? Or how is the feminine viewing? How's the feminine viewing their the collective? How's the feminine viewing their collective, the collective? Hold on. Okay, so I paused it for a minute to kind of sit with this energy to see what was actually coming through. And what I got, because we've got all four queens out here. So what's very interesting is it's like your person feels that you could help them bring balance, and it's an energy thing. It's not that they're looking yeah, they're not looking at you as like fixing anything or this or that or the other. It's just that they feel like you in their life could help them find balance in a way that maybe they struggle finding on their own or with somebody else. How they're viewing you, what we've got Judgment and Eight of Cups, which was that's why I kind of had to pause it for a minute, so I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, what does that mean? So Judgment, this card is talking about spiritual awakenings, and this is how they're viewing you. So your person could have gotten some insight that you went through an awakening of some sort. There's also this energy coming through of a pure heart and pure intentions. And so that's how they're viewing you. They're viewing you as somebody who has pure intentions. And then I just heard when it comes to me. So when it comes to your person knows you have pure intentions. You have a pure heart, especially when it comes to them, regardless of anything you've ever done or whatever. Because I'm feeling like a hesitancy on your end of like, ooh, well, this is how your person's viewing you. And it's because this is a person that can see you to the core. So they can see your intentions. They can see your motives. They can see that you have pure intentions when it comes to them. Then the Eight of Cups, this is walking away. And so what this is telling me is your person could be seeing you as though you are walking away from things that aren't fulfilling. Um, there was something else with the Eight of Cups. Oh, what was it? Oh. For some of you, your person, okay, if you walked away from this person, for some of you, the divine came through and showed them a little bit more on why you walked away. Um, So that's pretty specific. And then there was something else. Okay, I'm gonna read it because there was something else off the Eight of Cups, but I'm not grabbing it right now. What was it? Letting go, releasing what no longer serves, moving stuck energy, leaving your own reality to pursue a new one. So your person could be viewing you in the sense of like it's almost like they're kind of waiting for you to pick the reality the new reality with them. And so they're like, I'm getting this energy of like they're holding out hope that that's what you're going to do, that that's the choice you're going to make, is to walk away from your old reality and embrace this new reality with them. Okay. How else? Yeah, in bringing a completion to this cycle. There could be an energy here too where you light your person up as well, and it's going to help to relieve some, stuck energy. And then the moon, that's something hidden coming to light. And so your person could be kind of wondering, and it's just going to depend. Like if you never expressed your desire to this person, or if they didn't know, if they never knew how you really felt about them, something like that, they could be kind of waiting in a sense to see like if this is actually what's really going on. And something here too about soul purpose. Your person could be getting some insight about soul purpose when it comes to you. Okay, how else is the feminine viewing the masculine? Oh, okay, if you go toward your person, there's this energy of like they're gonna cut and run. They're not from you. Just to be clear, not from you. It's like if they were to have to walk away from something with the Eight of Cups here, they would, because they know going with you is gonna head towards calmer waters. There might be a bumpy start, like, just it is what it is. Like there's gonna be upheaval anytime you start a new relationship, especially of this magnitude. It's going to cause things to change. There's going to be a lot of changes that happen to transition into a new life with you where you're, in this union energy. Like there's going to be a process. There's going to be things that change and shift, and, possibly you move in together at some point, and then maybe you're going to plan a wedding, and then you get married. Like there's going to be some things. And then it's one of these like once you fully lock in, it's headed towards calmer waters with each other. Um, they could also be, was that the reverse? No. Ha, devil. Your person's viewing you as the devil. Just kidding. That's really not the message at all. Um, it's just kind of funny. Like, how does your person view you? And then the devil card pops out. Um, ooh. Your person might be worried. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Your person might be worried that it's all in their head too. That it's yeah, that their intuition isn't actually on point when it comes to this situation. Because it's funny, like this is a person, your person is somebody who listens to their intuition and follows that guidance. They're living more in that alignment type of energy, more from that divine feminine energy where you're listening to the guidance, you're following the guidance, you're picking alignment, you're releasing what needs to be let go of, so on and so forth. And then there's like this intuition that's coming up when it comes to you, but then they're kind of doubting it. They're not sure. They're like, is this really, or is this in my head? Um, so yeah. Okay. And then we've got the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So it's interesting because it's on the bottom of the deck. So it's one of these things, it's like your person could be getting the insight that you are in this divine masculine energy, but they aren't sure with the devil card. They're not sure. They're just like kind of like, really? Like, is it really like it would be a complete and total wish come true if so, but maybe this is all in my head. Something like that. Let's get a little more insight. Got justice and the Hierophant. Ooh. Okay. Had another slight interruption. It happens. Okay. Back to this message. So what your person is wanting is for you to bring balance to the situation with the justice card. This came out in your energy too. So this is a mutual desire. Your person does want this with you. Um and then we've got the Hierophant. So your person is okay, I'm being called okay, I'm being shown, hold on. Ah, slow it down. Okay. Your person is aware of your soul connection, and they are, I just heard they are now manifesting divine love. So, uh, yeah, so they're and Hierophant is also higher level commitment. So they're desiring to take things to the next level with you, whatever that is. Right now it could just be to be in contact with you. And then eventually lead to this like complete union energy. And then it's one of these things where your person is really desiring for you to take this leap of faith and go towards them and have this full rebirth energy with you. They want to put an end to the way things have been. I'm hearing they want to put the past to rest. So whatever happened between you and this person, they want to put it to rest. They want to let it go, and they want to have this complete rebirth, fresh start energy with you now. And like now was very emphasized. So, um, yeah. So they want it now. Okay. Um, Yet another interruption. It's all good. Kiddo's getting ready to go to the YMCA and swim in the wave pool. So it's very exciting. It just opened up. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna pull a couple more cards and then we're gonna close it out. So let's see. What else from the collective's person's perspective are they desiring? Oh boy. Yep. I'm not surprised. Okay, we've got the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. They're desiring a new beginning in love with you. They're desiring happily ever after energy with you, with these two. And I'm also getting that they've got that same thing going on where it's just like they've got so much they want to tell you. They have so much they want to express to you. So maybe this is a situation where you two never really expressed your deeper feelings, or it's just like it's been reactivated. I just heard something along the lines of like falling in love with their energy. So, okay, this is an energetic connection. So you two can feel each other energetically. And so it could be one of these things like the more your person opened up to your energy and has felt into it, the more they're like desiring it. Okay. And then the Knight of Wands and the Magician. They're they're manifesting rapid communication from you. Um So yeah, you two are fucking manifesting the same thing. You're desiring the same thing. It's just you're not talking about it. Um, but yeah, ultimately, like the Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands, that's and the Hierophant. That's if you and or your person are interested in like actual marriage, that's here. If you're just desiring like long-term commitment and marriage isn't your thing, it that's here. It's long-term committed energy with you that your person's desiring. Um, same thing with kids because we've got children on the Ten of Cups as well. So if that resonates with you of like desiring to have children with them, I feel like they're desiring that same thing. Um, yeah, and we've still got the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. So it's interesting because it's like they've got a knowing that it's like they've been shown by the divine that you are, I just heard their divine masculine. And but it's one of those like maybe it's just difficult for them to fully fathom that like to see you in that energy. So maybe it's one of those like they know they've been intuitively shown this, but it could be still kind of hard to wrap their head around it. But it's like you are in, because the Emperor came out earlier, so you are in this divine masculine energy. Um, they are, yeah, they're desiring to drop their guard and have a heart to heart conversation with you, with the King of Cups. Maybe there's an aspect here where they feel like you two are like emotionally compatible, or could be, anyways. And then Four of Swords, this is resting. This is also reassessing. So your person could have gone through a phase where they were really reassessing what they desire for the next phase of their life or the rest of their life. And then they got the insight of this connection with you. And now this is like, if they could choose fully what they want or who they want, it's to have life with you. It's, yeah, it's all over it. This energy, it's all over the cards. And Page of Swords, this is baby communication. So, a text message, a phone call, something like that. So this is something that they are desiring. They're desiring to talk to you and to let their guard down and to let you in and to open up to you and to, I just heard, get started on life with you. Um, So they're desiring long-term commitment with you. It's all over here. Like all of the commitment cards, except for the Ten of Pentacles, came out. So all of them except for one came out. But then we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. So it's this energy where it's like your person knows that you two together have a pretty big potential. Um, in like earthly matters as well, like physical finances, things like that. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle one more time and then we'll close it. All right, anything else? Six of Cups. Huh. Yep, they're desiring reconciliation. Um, ooh, and completion. So they're, yeah, your person's desiring the completion of the way things have been and being able to open up in a very deep way to have this rebirth energy with you. And in the Six of Cups, this is past life energy. This is also like somebody from the past in its reconciliation, especially with the Four of Wands. So this is reconciling with somebody from the past and then locking in, harmonious union, basically. So, moral of the story here is your person is desiring the same thing you are. I could feel it in the energy, but it's always nice to have the confirmation with the cards. And we absolutely got the confirmation with all these cards. So, yeah. I would say if you're really worried that this person doesn't desire you or doesn't want, like, because there is a difference between, feeling somebody and having a soul connection and then consciously desiring that to come together in the physical world. There is that difference there. The thing is, this person does want this. This person wants this in the physical world. At the conscious human level, this is what they are desiring. They are manifesting this. They are staying open to this possibility. And I'm hearing like this is their deepest desire. This is their deepest wish fulfillment. And I just heard it always has been. So this could be an energy of that concept of right person, wrong time. Or, and then I heard like, what was it? It was something like, it was always them. Like it was always you. Um, yeah. So it's mutual. It's very, very mutual. So yeah, hopefully that helps to kind of settle your nerves a little bit. Of course, always listen to your intuition above all else. Don't take my word for it. Listen to your own intuition and then ultimately go get this confirmation from this person because you can listen to readings, you can look at the signs and the synchronicities, you can listen to your dreams, you can, fantasize and daydream and you can do all those things. You're not fully going to know until you actually get this confirmation from them. And I'll be straight up, like, you reaching out to them is going to relieve your person of a lot of mental anguish as well with this Eight of Swords here. It's yeah, it's gonna help pull your person out of their own head and like thinking about this and wondering if it's really happening and so on and so forth. Because when you get this intuitive guidance, it's easy to doubt it, especially something like this. Like it's so big and it's so mind blowing that there's always a part of us, like I shouldn't say always in like umbrella statement it because I don't like doing that. It's common and normal to doubt this because it is so it's just wild. It's really wild when you've got a divine connection with somebody and you're not talking to them and you're just, you know, thinking about them and feeling them and dreaming about them and all those things. Like it's a really weird thing to experience. And so even though your feminine might be a little more tapped into their abilities or whatever, because that is kind of normal for the feminine to access some of those abilities and stuff first, even though they're tapped in, even though they're getting intuitive guidance, even though they're listening to their intuition and so on and so forth, there is still that part of the mind that's like, you know, does that person actually want me? Would they actually desire me at this point with that whole this Queen of Wands energy where there's a little bit of insecurity here. There's a little bit of being up in their head about it. There's a little bit of, you know, it's the energy of like this would be an ultimate wish fulfillment, but it feels so big and it feels just on that other side of too good to be true that they've got a little doubt around it as well. And that's okay. That's normal, right? That's a human thing. And so it's one of those like you reaching out to your person and talking to them is probably going to provide a level of relief that you're unaware of at first. I feel like you'll probably get to that point and they'll probably communicate about it. It's just that's probably something that's gonna happen pretty quick, and you might not know about it at first, but there's gonna be a sense of relief on your feminine's end if you allow yourself to go and communicate and reconcile. So, alrighty. Well, with that, I'm gonna leave this here. I hope this was helpful. I know this is a really challenging situation. It's a really weird place to be. It's a really interesting thing to go through and to navigate. Um, so hopefully this kind of helps put your mind at ease a little bit because this is a situation where it can keep you locked the fuck in your mind and just overthinking and all of those things. So hopefully this helps kind of give you a little bit of, insight into your feminine and kind of what they're desiring, how they see you, etc. They see you in a very positive light, by the way. It's very like yeah, yeah. So yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to officially leave this here. All right. Feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel. If this does help, or if you're feeling guided to either claim the energy in the comments or you just want to share a little bit, I would love to hear from you. So feel free to do that. And then if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free. I will see you on the next message. Bye.